Hi, this is David Marsh with EminiTradingStrategies.com. This is the weekly video update for March 15th to March 19th, 2010. Had a pretty good week in spite of the very low volume and volatility. Friday, of course, was quadruple witching, so that brought a lot of volatility to the market. That helped us a bit. And of course, on Sunday, this big healthcare bill is getting voted on. So that is more than likely going to bring a lot of volume and volatility to the markets. Okay, so in any event, we had a really good week. Let's go ahead and talk about Monday, March 15th. We opened up in no zone, so we love that first NSE out of no zone. Okay, that was a nice winner, one and done trade. Okay, you'll see there's a little X there. That's pro indicator version 2 canceling the pullback trade. These are the pullback entries. Pullback trade canceled as the probability of the trade's success went down. Would have been canceled. And to be honest, when we come out of no zone, I really want to take the NSE anyways, because the NSE is a higher percentage winner than a standard NSE, and it's just a really great trade. Really, I like to take an EET and get in early, but that didn't happen on Monday. So let's go, and I want to show you one more example on Monday as well. This is just a continuation of the other chart. We came into no zone again. First NSE, a nice winner. Another nice winner up there, so really good day there. Now March 16th, this is really funny. I was in, well, not really funny. I was in my trading room. It was about 5 minutes before the opening bell, and my internet went down. Right, I was talking about FOMC because that was on Tuesday, and etc. And talking about how we want to really get a one and done and get done because of all the volume will probably get really low as people wait for FOMC. Lost my internet connection, missed a one and done, decided just not to trade because of my internet connection. But same thing though, coming out of no zone, first NSE out of no zone, boom, beautiful NSE trade. Now Wednesday, I ended up trading most of the day. I took about 2 to 2.5 hours off throughout like lunchtime. It gets volumes low. I normally try to avoid those time of days. I go to lunch, do my thing. We had a nice pullback trade. I didn't like it. I teach my rules. I mean, it is a valid pullback trade, but we had very little room up here to make a profit. Hindsight's always 20/20. It was a nice trade, but I didn't take it. Some of my students did. Some of my students grabbed an EET and had a one and done, or this pullback trade had a one and done. I took this trade here. I lost. I took this trade and recovered some. And I kind of, with the low volume, we didn't have a lot of trades. So it took me most of the day, I think to about 3 o'clock, to finally get back and make my profit for the day. But I profited, just had to trade longer in a day. Okay. Now, March 18th, a couple things here. You see we have no zone. And we love those NSCs out of no zone, and it was a winner, but unfortunately we had a report right around this time, and I don't trade reports, so couldn't take that there. I ended up losing 3 ticks on this trade, and we couldn't reverse because we were right into no zone, so we wouldn't take NSEs. I ended up taking EETs to make my recovery trade. So this little white dot here, that's my EET signal. There's my stop loss. I made some profit up here. Then I took one more EET going short. There's my stop loss and made the money. And EET is a little more of an aggressive trade because it's counter trend, and I do that on a faster tick chart, and it's an early entry technique. In other words, it gets an EET before an NSE. Okay, so a couple nice trades there. Was still done within an hour on March 18th. Just had that first loser, took a recovery trade, and then, well, finished up with a profit. Then yesterday, on Friday, March 19th, another no zone NSE. Look at that, another one. At a no zone NSE, beautiful winner. Few students caught the EET on the slower term. I'm sorry, on the faster chart, and made more profit down, because the premise is when you're coming out of no zone, if the next NSE is going to be valid, if you take an EET, that's an early entry. Again, it gets you into an NSE before an NSE happens. If the NSE is valid, the opportunity is there because the risk reward is better on the EET to offset the aggressiveness of the trade. But if you get the NSE and it's valid, especially coming out of no zone, you can ride that down for a nice winner. Some students made 4 to 8 ticks just on the NSE, but some got 2 or 3 ticks better on the EET and made even more than that. So ended up being a great morning on Friday. So that's pretty much it for the weekly update. Pretty good week. We'll see what this healthcare bill does over the weekend, and that will probably set the stage for this week's volatility. We'd like to see volatility and the volume pick up. It always helps traders. Volatility, the VIX is at an all-time low. At least it was at one point. So we'd like to see that pick back up. We have been experiencing a lot of low volume, and that sometimes means longer days. Sometimes we catch those one and dones. We had them 3 days this week. Some had them 4 days this week. So still not bad. But then there's times that you just sit around all day and it's like watching paint dry because there's no volume in the market. Well, sometimes that happens, but market never stays at extremes long. Was at one extreme way back in '08. The volatility index was at plus 80, and now it's down towards 16, 17. It never stays in extremes long. We're probably going to start bouncing back up and see some more volume in the marketplace, which should make our trading a lot faster, more of that what we're used to doing. But in any event, as day traders, we got to take the good with the bad. We got to take the low volume days with the high volume days, the low volatility, high volatility, and we got to trade. We got to make profit every day, and this is what we have to do. Okay, so if you're interested in learning more about my course or my pro indicator, feel free to get in touch, and thanks for watching the video.